Hello YouTube, Robin Hood Bricks here, and welcome to part 3 of our awesome supermarket build. Okay, well, a very quick recap indeed from the previous two parts is that in part 1 we made, well, the top of this building, 4 floors that are going to go right above this that are based on the corner garage set. But last time in part 2 we did this first section of the supermarket, keeping it very nice and clean on the outside, even though it's very complex indeed on the inside, with all the products inside our refrigerated and freezer cabinets. We also did a small toy section, security camera, and an ATM machine that is out of this world. So that's everything we've done to date. And today I'm going to do the next section, which should see us fill, well, all of this section over here. And I am going to borrow from the donor set to a degree, the old corner garage bottom floor, and I'm going to take this sort of door section basically and some of the stairs, though changing the build throughout. So we've got access to those top floors here, and then I'm going to build, well, probably a door about here for going into a stockroom, which will be underneath the stairs, and then a back door using one of these lovely angled doorways as well. And then I think we'll have sort of a checkout desk and probably a news section. So that's what I'm going to do. And I think the build process should be a bit easier now, because the problem with having all your bricks for a big build all in, well, one set of bags rather than numbered bags is that, well, it's quite hard to find everything. So that should get a lot easier with each stage of this build. So yeah, as I say, I'm going to start with the stockroom and borrowing those parts from the corner garage set. Right, this is my layout for the next section. I've got a kind of wall going along here, along the back, and then a very sort of narrow room in here that leads to a back door on an angle, which I quite like actually, on that angle. And then the grey wall that will ultimately link up with the door that I'm kind of going to pinch out of this set. And then the entrance will go straight up some stairs, and underneath those stairs will be the stockroom in here. Now that means I need a door from the main sort of section into that stockroom. It's going to be very cramped indeed, and I'm going to kind of blend that into this wall a little bit using some slopes. But it's very important to me when I was designing this that I kind of made best use of all the space available, because, well, I wanted to cram so many good aspects in, like checkout desks and shelves and all the rest of it. So yeah, you have to really cram things in. So one is having this door that can still open into the stockroom, but needs to be closed before you can actually leave the premises from the stockroom. So that's one sort of double use of space. And I'm going to have not only some stock in there for restocking the shelves, but also a brush there on the wall, for instance. But another thing I want to do is very much similar to what was actually one of the parts of the build in the boutique hotel recently, which was kind of having a feature that doubles on both sides of a wall. So what I'm going to do is, in between these two sections here, have what's essentially a set of shelves here that's going to be behind a checkout desk with loads of bottles of wine, and what else do they have there? They have kind of a mini pharmacy, don't they? And all sorts of packets of cigarettes and stuff like that behind the teller. But then it's also going to be a shelf on the inside of the stockroom with all of that surplus stock on. So yeah, that was the technique used in the boutique hotel when we had the reception desk with all the keys behind it. There was also an art exhibit on the inside of the gallery, kind of either side of a wall. So yeah, I did it first. Anyway, there we go. And then on the back of this door, I thought I'd go for a very sort of bright contrast colour for an awning over the top of this door with this magenta sort of quarter dome piece. And that's where I'm picking up the bright magenta colour in the uniforms of the staff. So we are going to see the green and the lime as well later, but that's just a kind of hint as to what the insides of this are from the back. So yeah, I'm going to start building up this really interesting shelf on both sides of this wall, and I think I better tile both of the floors before I get too far into it actually, otherwise it's going to be a bit tricky later. Right, so tiles in the stockroom and a few on the outside. we're going to have a checkout here, so it's going to get quite congested, and then some more shelving over here. So yeah, it's absolutely packed and stacked. But as for my special shelf in the gap, I said we were going to build it two-sided with some access from the stockroom side and from the near side as well. So the dividing wall between the two, I'm just going to build up with some bricks here. And then the stock that is going to be behind the person at the checkout desk is going to have some booze, very important. We've got some bottles of whiskey and things there, I suppose. Also some drugs. Paracetamol for the morning after, very important as well. And then I'm going to have some more shelves above for the smaller items. So I'm just going to use these plates with only 2 studs on each, just so we've got a smooth shelf there. And then we can use one of these modified plates like that. And then when we've put on some more plates just to sort of even out the edge, we can start using some bricks, studs on the side sort of technique to add some smaller things to this shelf, whilst also creating a second shelf on the other side. You see, there's the bit we're making. So for this side, I'm going to put a camera in a box. I'm going to put some little 1x1s, and there's 2 of those there just to make it a bit deeper, to give it a bit of more interest. I'm going to have a tile with a number 1 on, so maybe that's a certain brand, and then 2 more things there. So it's quite sort of 3D and looks pretty good. Then I'm going to do another shelf, pretty much the same way, except this time I'm going to have 6 studs. So I've deliberately left a gap there as if something has sold out. And then I can kind of plug the top of that as well. On this one, I'm going to have some gold things. A little 1x1 with a star on. Then get some more colour in. Got this tile with a 60 on it. 2 of those. Another light blue one, and then a leftover bit from the Daily Bugle, one of those sort of lift arrows, but maybe that's a brand as well. So you can see that is absolutely rammed, all those shelves, and again very colourful, much like all the colour we've got on show on that wall. It's going to be absolutely bright as anything before we box it all in and we can't see it anymore. But the added benefit to doing this is on the other side we've created all these shelves. So I can have some bigger stock items that aren't out on the shop floor here. So I've got all these things that I've collected, but I won't have room for them all out there. So maybe I'll put the sort of cake mix type box in the stock room, and maybe one of the pet food ones, maybe the cat food can go in here as well. Keep all my cereal for out on the shop floor, so that can go there. Then maybe I'll have one of these Friends sort of detergent spray bottles there, and then I can have some smaller things. Now I've made these just out of these sort of Technic round things. I reckon these are toilet rolls, and we've got a supply back here just in case some people get absolutely crazy and try and buy everything that the world has to offer. So I think I can squeeze another one in on that shelf as well. Put that in there, put that back together. Oh no, it is too tall. Right, I'll just put them on the one above then. Thought it was, no, it's too tall. Fine, so I'll put that there, and that can be in the stockroom with a blank shelf in the middle, or maybe I'll just put some smaller things on there. Then we can slide that into position there. So it's kind of a recessed set of shelves, and it's flush with the wall on our side. Very nice. Then I can add one more shelf, or one more of these modified plates as well, to hold a sign. Now I'm going to need a 1x1 brick in there, which I've forgotten, so forgive me for that. But I'm going to basically continue the wall, and you'll see I'll need some more bricks there. And then I can kind of put a clock over the door, so all the employees know when they can go home. And then I can put this sign, which is really nice, with a shopping basket above the checkout, so people know where to take their little baskets full of stuff, in case it wasn't obvious. And that can go there. So I think that, once I've plugged the holes in the wall here and here, looks incredibly busy. Most of it will be concealed by the checkout desk, but we'll know it's there on that side and on that side. So yeah, quite an interesting double-sided build there. I think you'll agree. Cool. Right, so next I'm going to definitely add those stairs, and that will conceal all of this more. We can brick in this whole section, and then we can focus on, well, what's going in front of this wall. But yeah, I'm really liking it. It's looking good. Good. Well, I've plugged the holes in this wall, and it's kind of complete up to about here, and all the way up to the tile layer, and that's looking very good and complete. The toy area now is completely sort of boxed in. I mean, it's a very minor feature now, and now it's right in the corner, but I still think it looks good because of the bright sort of iconography around it, so that's fine. Then on the outside, I've completed this wall, and we've got the dark red stripe that's on this side and on the back wall here, continuing all the way around, and then it goes into the original corner garage type doorway. And I've got a couple of points here and here, so we can attach the stairs very securely into this gap. And it's not a Robin Hood bricks build until you've completely concealed loads of wonderful detail, never probably to be seen again. I mean, can we see the stockroom? Well, kind of through there you can, and I suppose if we open the door you can peer inside and have a look at it, but yeah, it's not exactly out on show. But then we can finish the doorway here, and I did change all of this, albeit very subtly in some places, from the original donor, but that bit is unchanged from the corner garage. And then I can put these bits on next, and then that, and we're really starting to kind of close off that entire corner. Let's put those on as well. Yeah, we've got quite a lot up to tile height now. Obviously we've got to fill in this section here, and I'll probably put a plant on the bottom step or something like that in that nook, but that will give us access to all those 4 other floors, and much better than the garage, where everything was completely open and you kind of had to walk through the garage, you know, past the mechanics to get to whether it was your home or the pet place. But when this is filled in as well, you won't have to do any similar thing. It will be completely private and secure. So that is a great improvement. And I guess this tree that came with the original set we could pretty much reuse as well. Maybe I'll stick that right on the corner out of the way of the door. Yeah, cool. Right, so I think what we definitely have to do today before we can stop is fill in this gap. And there, I want to have a newsstand with lots of newspapers on because, well, that's what you go to your corner shop for, after all. Well, another wall complete, and the stairs are now boxed in and fully private, and I'm absolutely loving how that recessed shelf looks with the sort of camera, the drink and the pills and the bits and bobs on it for behind the cashier. I think that's looking really, really good. Wow, yeah, looking fantastic. So, as you can see, I've got some modified bricks here, and they're going to take, well, basically a studs on the side sort of newspaper stand, much like I did in the news store of my central station. This one is going to be lime in colour, and I found it really difficult to get a 4x8 plate, so I'm making it out of 1x8s, but it's fine because I think it will be just as strong when it's finished. And actually I need it to be 4x9 anyway, so I'm going to add a 1x4 to it as well. Then the shelves will be 1x4 panels, and I'll just add 3 of those, equidistant on the way up. And then we can fill the sort of gaps that will be resting on those shelves with newspapers. So on the bottom shelf, I'm just going to have a news, and then I'm going to have the City Financial News. I'm going to have 2 of those, so that's built onto a 2x2 plate as well. So just so we've got that 3D look again. Then here I'm going to do an even more complicated one with 1 in the middle, then 1 overlapping it with a 1x2. That looks pretty good. And then this one's got a 1x2 jumper on it, so it's kind of hanging off the end of the shelf and is leaving sort of a gap in the middle that you can kind of see another copy, like it's sort of been knocked out of place. So I think that looks quite natural as well. And then we've got the Daily Planet and kind of a junk Daily Babbler thing at the top. And that's what's going to secure my other 1x4 of the shelf on. So there we go. There is our nice little newsstand. And I can clip that on there. And that's looking really good as well. Very nice. Very nice indeed. What do you think of that? Another wall packed and stacked. Well, apologies. I think that's all we've got time for today, but we have made quite a lot of progress, I think you'll agree, with this entire sort of side section done. We've got the newsstand, which I will be adding this sign to in due course, because I've really liked the fact that it shares the colouring with what I've done, but it won't fit given the outside wall is going to be here. So I think I'll have it on this wall so people from far away can see where to get their newspapers. We've also done this wonderful double-sided shelf, which I'm really proud of actually, especially given that I did it before the boutique hotel was out, at least in the design phase anyway, with this nice sign and all of the goods on there. I'm really liking that. The staff room door, the stairs up to all the higher floors with these nice windows sort of following them up, and then the back door to the store. And all of this detail on the inside without compromising on any of the outsides either, which is something I always like to do because I really don't like it when I see it in the official modulars. And then that's adding on to what we did last time with the ATM and these wonderful fridges and the toy section. So I think we're doing really well, making really good progress. I think we've got probably 2 more sessions left. One for the large checkout desk, which I'm going to have sort of along here, and then some central shelves. And then I think I also want to put in some self-checkout desks because they're becoming a lot more prevalent in the UK, at least. And then we need a bakery section and outside walls, street scenes, and, well, the rest of the building to be put on top and it to be placed in brick Nottingham. So there's at least 2 episodes left, I think you'll agree. So unfortunately, as I say, we'll have to leave it there. But thank you very much for watching. It is appreciated. Do remember to like, comment and subscribe for more awesome LEGO videos. And if you value this channel, there are many ways in which you can support it. Do check out the links in the description below. And if you want to send something to the channel, you can using this address. And then next time on Robin Hood Bricks, well, we're going to be having a week off, I'm afraid. Yeah, more bad news. Oh no, Robin, why? Why? So yeah, 1 week off and then we'll be back as normal with a mock build on the Monday. A brick haul on the Wednesday, and part 4 of this build on the Friday. I'm really looking forward to it. Anyway, until then, see you!